Hackers turned my dead family's photos into nightmares and said they'll leak them if I don't pay. I wasn't careful. That's the part that keeps ringing in my head, over and over, like a punishment I deserve. All I wanted was a good video editing pack. Everyone on the Discord I joined was using it, saying it was clean, that it would save me hundreds for my channel. I didn't think twice when I downloaded it. I felt smart. I felt like I was getting ahead. That feeling died the moment I saw the folder, remnant.lock. At first, I thought it was just junk, something I could delete. I even chuckled when I tried to drag it to the trash, only for the folder to refuse to move. Then the screen flickered, and everything froze. It's strange how your brain tries to find comfort in routine, even when you know something is wrong. I waited, thinking maybe the system just crashed, telling myself it would reboot and everything would be fine. But then the screen turned black. White text appeared in the middle. Your computer is locked. My stomach sank. I felt heat crawling up the back of my neck, a wave of cold sweat following. I knew what this was. I knew about ransomware. I had read stories, seen YouTube videos of people losing their files, paying Bitcoin to strangers in Eastern Europe just to get their photos back. I thought I could handle it, but I wasn't ready for what came next. The screen flickered again, and an image popped up. My breath caught in my throat. It was a photo of my mom from my high school graduation. She was standing next to me, holding my arm, smiling. I used to love that photo, but this wasn't the photo I remembered. Her eyes were pitch black, hollow voids that seemed to pulse like open wounds. Her smile was stretched unnaturally wide, the corners of her mouth tearing into her cheeks. Her teeth were dark, cracked, and dripping a thick black sludge that pooled at the bottom of the photo, dripping out in slow, impossible globs. I felt like I was going to be sick. My mom's been dead for 3 years. Seeing her like that, twisted, violated, felt like someone had taken her memory and broken it in front of me. I reached for the power button, desperate to shut it off, but the screen changed before I could touch it. It was my dad. He died of cancer, slowly, painfully, wasting away in a hospital bed. I was there when he took his last breath. But this photo was different. He was sitting up in the hospital bed, his hospital gown soaked in blood. The tubes that had once kept him alive were ripped out, the wounds open and gushing. His mouth was wide open in a scream I could almost hear, and his eyes were rolled back so far that only the whites were showing. I staggered back from my desk, hitting the wall. My knees felt weak. My heart was pounding so loud I could barely hear the next text that popped up on the screen. Pay $5,000 to cleanse them, or we show everyone. Below it was my address. My exact apartment address. My mouth went dry. It felt like the room was closing in around me. How did they know where I lived? How did they get these photos? These weren't files I had posted anywhere. They were private, buried in old folders, some tucked away in backup drives I hadn't touched in years. I tried to shut the computer down, but it restarted instantly, booting back to that black screen. A new image flashed across the screen, and I fell to my knees. It was my sister when she was a child, her hair in messy pigtails, wearing the blue dress she used to love. Except now, her eyes were gouged out, empty sockets oozing thick black fluid that dripped down her cheeks. Her mouth was forced into a smile with black stitches pulling at her lips, stretching them into a grin that was too wide, too wrong. I couldn't look away. My hands were shaking so badly that I couldn't even reach for the power cord. Tears were streaming down my face, and I didn't even realize I was crying until I tasted the salt on my lips. Another photo. My dog, Max. He died when I was 16, and I'd always missed him. He was there on the screen, but his fur was patchy and falling off in clumps, revealing rotting flesh and exposed bone. Worms wriggled in and out of the holes in his skin, and one crawled out of his empty eye socket, dropping onto the screen with a wet, squelching noise that I swear I could hear in the silence of my room. Then the text came back. We know the secrets of the dead. The next photo made me choke on a sob. It was a mugshot of my dad, looking young and angry with bruises on his knuckles. I had never seen this photo before. Then another photo appeared, of my mom with dark bruises on her arms and a split lip, looking away from the camera with tears in her eyes. She lied about the fall, the text said. Another photo appeared, showing my uncle sitting alone in his car at night, holding a small plastic bag filled with white powder, his face pale and afraid as he stared at the camera. Secrets, or you can pay to make them disappear. I screamed and ripped the power cord from the wall. The screen went black and I collapsed onto the floor, gasping for breath. The images burned into my mind. I could still see them every time I blinked, the twisted faces of the people I loved, staring at me from the darkness. That night I tried to sleep, but every time I closed my eyes, I saw them. My mom's black, empty eyes, my dad's bloody scream, my sister's stitched smile, Max's rotting face. I was drifting in and out of restless, haunted sleep when a sudden blue glow lit up my room. My smart TV had turned on by itself. At first it was just static, the soft hiss filling the room, but then the images returned. One by one, they flashed across the screen, glitching and twitching as they stared at me. My mom, my dad, my sister, Max. Their twisted faces flickered in the glow of the TV, casting shadows that seemed to crawl across the walls. I couldn't move. My body was frozen, trapped in the cold glow of the screen. It felt like they were looking at me, pleading with me, cursing me. A message appeared in the corner of the TV screen. Defy us again, and we spread. The next day I got an email. No subject line, no sender. Just a message. Last warning, spread remnant.lock, or we send these to everyone in your contacts. Pay, or watch them suffer with you. I tried everything. I wiped the drive, reformatted the PC, tried different OS wipes, booted from a clean USB, even opened the case and disconnected the SSD, thinking maybe I could kill it that way. But then my phone lit up with a notification. You think we're only on your PC. When I checked my camera roll, the same images were there, replacing my selfies, my friends, even the memes I saved. Their faces, twisted and rotting, stared back at me through the glass screen of my phone. They told me they would stop if I spread it, that all I had to do was upload the installer back onto the forums, or it would spread on its own, locking every device I owned, leaking the photos to everyone I knew, everyone I loved, everyone I worked with. I told them no. Last night I heard the first scream. It came from the apartment next to mine, then another from the unit above. I ran to the window and saw the glow of TVs flickering through the windows, each screen pulsing in that same cold blue light. I'm so sorry. I thought I was saving everyone. But remnant.lock doesn't care what I want. It's spreading now. And if you're watching this, check your files, because once you see them, they see you too.